No. Robert Townsend wrote a book, Up the Organization, in 1970. Some of you have read it. It's the best business book I've ever read on how to run organizations or businesses. It uses an alphabetical format, and I'm going to try to use that as well. A, anticipate problems. If you're going to be working with prospects, it's possible to think through a lot of the issues that you're going to face, and you can do that when it's calm and cool and collected, and you aren't so harried when they're actually there. So anticipate problems. You will meet the prospect's criteria, or they wouldn't be in your community. Well, every other community they're going to visit also meets that criteria. So be creative, be distinctive. It's important to check all physical details. Nothing is too small to stay on top of. So comfortable, clean, neat conference rooms, restrooms, cars, buildings, sites, even the roadside. Check those details out before the prospect comes to town. No detail is too small. Do your homework. Do your homework on yourself. Do your homework on your prospect. The more you know about the prospect and what the prospect is going to need, then you know your own relationship, your own characteristics. Just tout the interaction between those two. Exaggerations and lies will haunt you. Make sure that everything you say is true. If you don't know, say so, then find out and follow through. Follow through is hugely important. Don't leave them hanging. That'll knock you out for sure. Gifts and refreshments are very, very thoughtful and very, very appreciated. Think homegrown, think homemade. Have a dry run. It's very, very important. Prior to the event, drive the course. Make sure that everything is correct. Make sure that you know where the delays and the detours are. Itineraries can help you stay on top of that. Jokes, cursing, arguing, unproductive. Stay away from those kinds of things. Know your competition, but don't knock them. Sell your own assets. Don't be pejorative or negative towards your competition. Listen hard, summarize often. It's amazing how often the project parameters will change, and you need to stay on top of that. Maps, graphs, charts, pictures, color, all of those things are very, very helpful. Make sure you incorporate those kinds of things into your presentation with your prospects. Name badges I've found to be also very helpful, but make sure you spell those names correctly. Don't overwhelm the prospect with volunteers, even well-intentioned elected officials. A ratio of 2 or 3 to 1 is enough. Have others on standby. Prices on land and buildings should be firm. Don't jerk the prospect around. Negotiate in good faith. Quality should permeate all you say, all you do, all you write. You only have one chance to make that great first impression, so take advantage of that. Confidentiality, respect that above all. It's not our story. It's not our announcement. Share on a need-to-know basis. Social time should be limited. There will be plenty of time to celebrate after the ribbon cutting or after the groundbreaking ceremony. Keep that social time. We need to be sociable, but careful with how much we are engaged in social activities. Telephoning or telephone contact information I try to provide, but make sure that your prospect knows who your single point of contact is in your community. Keeping umbrellas on standby is important. Also, a video presentation might help you save the day if it rains. Visits to local plant managers are hugely important. You don't need to sit in on them because you should know what their testimony is in advance. In fact, get them in writing, post them on your website. Testimonies are very, very valuable. Wear business attire. I like a sports coat. I like a necktie. I like a logoed shirt. I think a professional image portrays professionalism, and respect your image, respect your community's image is important. Xerox, people don't remember what Xerox is anymore, but make copies, have copies of your documentation. You might be surprised that you'll need some information, and if you have a copy of it, you're in good shape. Yield to the prospect's needs. When the prospect says jump, jump, and on the way up, ask how high. And then zero in on the prospect's most important considerations. Ask lots of questions, especially ask for the sale. If you don't ask for that, you know what the answer is. There you have it. The ABCs of prospect handling. Good luck, and may all your prospect visits be successful.